Hey everyone, you have joined the hiding behind the mic. You've joined in the Free Matt podcast. Free Matt here, bouncing back and forth like he's got Tourette's or whatever that's called, and you're like,
we'll go with Tourette's. We will go with
epilepsy,
Tourette's.
meth head, Tourette's. All right,
You twerker, tweaker.
What, folks? You are tuning in to the Free Matt podcast. You're gonna love this one. Live from his Dhaka, and that's like a German or a Russian beach house.
Oh,
But
we are so not there.
that man right here. Folks, that is on my constitutional left is General Patrick Flynn.
Hey, how you do?
Oh, Judas Priest, folks.
Yeah. Wrong priest?
Ripper or him. Painkiller.
They're both good.
And not, you're my turbo lover.
Yeah, everybody doesn't like that album. But if you can find a chick that's into that song,
Freaking
go with it.
Synthesizer.
Go with it.
She's got to be a different kind of chick to like that era Judas Priest. Judas Priest, man. You're welcome. Hey, folks, as usual, you are catching us at a different spot, but same reason. We always kind of have our libertarian current events roundtable
Bullshit.
I'm talking to you right in the camera here. There I am, right here. All right. Anyway, different look. You see, obviously I pointed that man right there. You like that? It's like the...
See, you're up here. See, I've got a point up here to do that for you, to point at you. You've got a point at a different angle for me.
It's like the Martin Luther King shooting, the picture, like the aftermath. All the people are just like...
Oh, yeah.
I'm like... Yeah, I mean, they'll figure, hey, that guy got shot. It wasn't Martin Luther King. It's just like assholes pointing. I'm like, you don't think, oh, okay, there's going to be, somebody got shot. And you're like, I imagine they'll figure it out. The guy was over there pointing, down at you,
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Fucktards. Wait, see, you don't even have to wait like 50 years. There's always going to be fucktards around. 50 years from now, somebody will be looking at something like this.
It's going to take us 50 years to get to the first article today.
Ready for current events. Skip on to the raccoon. First article from Reason.com. We have Trump's right about ridiculous misuse of U.S. troops. The withdrawals from Syria and Afghanistan reflect a welcome willingness to question endless military commitments. And that was by Jacob Sullum, January 2nd, foul year of our Lord, 2019. One year off from 2020. Donald Trump has been complaining for years about the promiscuous use of, we're just talking about Stormy Daniels, promiscuous use of American military personnel. 2 weeks ago, he did something about it, announcing the withdrawal of 2,000 troops from Syria and 7,000 from Afghanistan. Republicans joined Democrats in condemning Trump for acting impulsively, sowing chaos, and precipitating a national security crisis.
Security!
Arrest that man. He's an imposter. He's acting like he's in the media.
Actually, so far, I'm liking what I'm hearing, though.
Oh, I meant like me, being a phony media hero, like a fourth-rate media guy.
Fifth.
I'm like Lauren Southern with testicles. Here, somewhere out there, somebody's like, hey, Lawrence Southern, instead of attack helicopter, some guy with a horseshoe mustache was, talking faggy talk, saying he's like Lawrence Southern with testicles. And back to the article. Anyway, you like that dangerous segue?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of no testicles, no, I'm just kidding. U.S. troops have been in Afghanistan for 17 years. 17 years. It's almost legal. Fucktards. And the Taliban occupy more territory than any time since the 2001 invasion. Oh, thank you, assholes. Notwithstanding the 3,500 reinforcement that Trump reluctantly approved in 2017, the withdrawal Trump has in mind would reverse the surge and then some, leaving 7,000 troops in a country that the U.S. should have left long ago. I did say that too.
I don't have to say much because I agree with like 85% of what's in that article right now. So,
but there's a lot of whores in North Carolina, like outside of Fort Bragg area. Mm-hmm. They really could start using these checks again.
Well, I understand that, but at the same time, if they just made that profession legal,
I mean, like, who's gonna pointlessly sell for jacked up interest rates, cars, and sofas and stuff? I'm like, these guys aren't here. How are these scumbags going to make money? Let's bring the troops home. The U.S. cannot continue to be the policeman of the world, Donald Trump said during his visit to Iraq last week. Rock lobster? Rock lobster?
Oh.
Rock lobster? Death to America, rock lobster.
I was slow on that one.
That is a B-52's reference. I am not literally saying a rock lobster.
Yeah, I was slow on that one. With Jenny Lundermeyer on the cover. Oh.
We're spread out all over the world. We're in countries that most people have never even heard about. And frankly, it's ridiculous. It's kind of true.
Kinda. We're going with kinda.
Tajikistan. To all my listeners in Tajikistan, I did not know I had listeners in Tajikistan. Trump is right. Trump is right. See, that's nice. I can even watch myself talking.
Oh.
God, we're so serious.
Next thing you know, the podcast will be relocated.
What? We're like our winter home in Tajikistan? I was going to be funny. It's like, my Niggas in Tajikistan.
So would that be Tajiggas?
Tajiggas. Tajikistan. Tajiggas. To my Tajiggas. And said, pouring out for you. We love you, man. If you get a 40 in Tajikistan, call me. All right. Trump is right. It's ridiculous that the U.S. has 26,000 military personnel in South Korea, 65 years after the Korean War. Technically, it didn't end, but nobody asked me. 54,000 in Japan, 73 years after World War II. It's because the Japanese are too fucking lazy and cheap to have their own military. Ooh! What can they do? What, all my listeners in Japan going to do something about it? What are you going to do? Come to my house and get on the podcast? And 64,000 in a dozen European countries 27 years after the collapse of the Soviet Union. Well, if you ask me, the Soviet Union never collapsed.
Technically, but
I never saw it. How did it collapse?
Let's call it reduced.
Was it in a building and the building collapsed? Is it like a building you're I went to the Soviet Union? It's like a building with a sign that says Soviet Union, and it just collapsed. Fuck it, and they abandoned it.
It could be. I don't know. I mean,
here's another one, guys. These countries are perfectly capable of defending themselves. It's true. All you had to do is try. But a large amount of Japanese men, except for the Yakuza, are pussies. So I'm going to tell you, part of their problem is they have a lot of pussies.
All right. Jesus.
That's like a Tad Ghostal from Space Ghost.
I don't know that reference.
Like Space Ghost, Coast to Coast. I didn't know there was 1,000 troops in Niger, which was Lindsey Graham, a member of the Senate Armed Cities Committee. He confessed after 4 American soldiers were killed there in October 2017. October 27, 2017. With the U.S. troops deployed in more than 150 countries, perhaps Graham can be forgiven for overlooking a few. Yeah. Hawks like Graham assume all those deployments, even the ones they don't know about, are justified. Trump argues that at least some of them are not. New York Times reporter... Were you about to say something?
I was gonna, but I was against it. So I was like, nah. Continue on.
Dramatic pause. Dramatic pause.
And resume.
All right. New York Times reporter Mark Lander says the abruptness of Trump's decisions regarding Syria and Afghanistan united the left and right against a plan to extract the U.S. from too long, costly, and increased futile conflicts.
Now, I'm confused on something. That they seem to be, the only thing they seem to be united on is the fact that they're griping about this. Isn't it usually supposed to be the left that's actually for troop withdrawals?
Yes, but if they will not hesitate to seize hold of an opportunity to make Donald Trump look like a fool.
Okay, so
we will sacrifice our principles just so we can make somebody look like an asshole.
Okay, that I understand. It makes sense now.
Because what do you call that? Not the duality.
It seems like a duality,
it's
though.
called solipsism or whatever. It's like we can't see past us. Mm-hmm. We will look stupid to make somebody else look stupid.
Okay.
It's just solipsism. It's just
so basically, it's almost like by any means necessary. Taint that Trump.
Oh God, it's nutty, but
it's crazy.
Although there are strong arguments for withdrawing from both places, Landler writes, the president's move short-circuited a much-needed national debate about the future of America's wars. He just said, "Fuck it, let's do it." He said, "Let's do it live." And you know what he said? This at the end, nonsense. We are having that debate now, and it's long overdue.
Now, I think it's funny that I stumbled upon that article, and we equally bash whether it's blue or whether it's red, but when something good actually comes about it, we'll mention that kind of thing too, just because it needs to be said. And this is one of those things where I feel that Trump's actually moving in the right direction, because I'm all about less interventions.
I was going to be funny, and speaking of interventions, I don't even know how we'd segue into this next one.
No, it's just the next one kind of, from what I can tell, it sort of gives us an idea of possibly how this decision came about, but it's because I was curious. I mean, I was legit wondering, like, this guy's doing something I actually like. What caused this change? And I stumbled upon that article we're about to go into, and it's not confirming anything, but it's definitely kind of like gives you okay.
Na. Make them say na.
Jesus.
We actually need more rappers. If you're gonna be a rapper, you gotta have like 4 or 5 like nobodies, like.
And about like 10 booty clappers.
Yeah, but they're mandatory. You always have to have like 4 or 5 like dipshits or like, yeah, man, we're about to drop some fucking tracks, on Shro Limit Records or whatever the fuck you want to call it. There's no such thing as Shro Limit Records, but there's an
actual no limit.
I know, but that's. That was the best I was going to do on a short notice.
Ha ha!
It's like it's like the Freak FREEK Records.
Mm-hmm.
Freak Records, like Free Mat Records.
How we doing on juice?
Shitty. We'll keep going. All right. on to our normal our next article. Oh Lord, guys, here we go. Hit and Run blog, which reason.com. Fear of a Rand Paul influenced Trump foreign policy. It's a lot of alliteration. Such fear is a sign of an exhausted establishment that can't justify decades of expensive failure. This is Brian Doherty. Any relation to Wild Bill Doherty? Wild Bill Doherty.
We're low on juice, and you want to say
He was more than a man. He was a myth and a mustache.
a myth and
He is an inspiration to this.
a myth and a mustache.
He had a handlebars mustache. The dude was dope. All right. Old Brian says, December 28th, 2018. Josh Rogan, I believe. Rogin. Not Seth,
Joe Rogan.
or Seth. Or other non-affiliated pussies. Seth. Writing at the Washington Post, contemplates the supposedly frightening shadow of a Senator Rand Paul hovering over some of President Donald Trump's recent foreign policy decisions. Rogan's piece adds to some unsourced musings from Beltway types that the most influential advisor to Trump on foreign policy right now is not anyone on his staff or a member of Pentagon brass, but a Kentucky senator known for his skepticism.
You did it.
Yay. About endless foreign adventuring. Rogan thinks it's fair to say Paul, via informal communication with golfing buddy Trump, is quietly steering U.S. foreign policy in a new direction. And we talked about, obviously, about the troop pulls out.
Yeah.
Pulls out. Pull out and pull out.
Ah, I thought you didn't just. Anyway,
I don't look. Pull out cost you less than the first 18 years. There won't be 18 years because you pulled out. Child support. I better get my check. All right. The implication, against all evidence and coughing, is that government foreign policy experts somehow do not push false claims and theories, even though their beliefs about such matters as Saddam Hussein and the weapons of mass destruction and the supposedly positive after effects of toppling Middle Eastern dictators such as Saddam, like Saddam Agogo, and Libyan Colonel Muammar Gaddafi, inspiration to Colonel, for future General Patrick Quinn, have been disastrously wrong. Like that. Rogan further falls back on a linkless assertion that Trump should realize that most Republicans and most Americans favor a robust U.S. foreign policy. Most voters recognize that worldwide threats to our country are growing and believe that it's now time for American leadership, not American retreat.
read on before you comment.
Fuckers.
Read on before you comment.
Fucks.
Read, read, bitch.
Okay. This claim totally ignores strong recent evidence to the contrary.
Boom!
What we know about public sentiment is in the last election says that foreign policy is a motivating issue, mostly to people like Rogan and the Washingtonians, responsible for decades of insanely ineffectual and destructive foreign interventionism. Barring attacks, the American people are mostly and rightly concerned with domestic business. Because their milkshake brings boys to the yard. Domestic business.
It's better than yours.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm very blessed. General Patrick Flynn, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Lord. Rogan chooses not to address any actual reason why Trump pulling back the troops, possibly under Paul's influence, should be alarming. He treats it as self-evident that American troops must stay indefinitely wherever we send them, and he ignores the dangers of overthrowing dictators in favor of Islamic revolutionaries. Oh, like Iran? Did I go there?
Yeah.
Death to America! No, that's what they sing. They sing a rock lobster.
This is true.
That's not me, guys. I love this country. I don't know death to America, life to America. I want you people to go on with your lives. I've said that. I want you to go screw and have kids and go build things.
How about we just do the first part and then maybe the third?
Go smoke some weed. Enjoy yourselves.
Why I don't
Put on some easy listening music on your home stereo. Because remember,
and crank it up to a Spinal Tap 11.
And even music soothes the savage beast. No, anyway. He also fails to acknowledge that America has failed many times over the last century to bring conflicts in other countries to permanent and happy ends.
Paper drop. Paper drop.
Just to a nice little landing over here outside of your view. But serious, folks. Like, when they always say, this is thing, when you start something, you have an end game in. You have an end game in mind, and you know when to say when. Mm-hmm. And yes, I'm quoting, responsible drinking rules that Anheuser-Busch puts out, but you really do need to know when to say when.
You're giving our people an earful of Bush.
Oh, what were we drinking on today? Who makes
Stone Brewery?
Stone Brewery.
Escovesa. Where is that can? I see that can.
Sorry, I don't speak Honduran.
It ain't Honduran. It's California. Hold on.
Folks. Well, General Patrick Flynn runs off to the beer dispensing place.
This right here. Right here.
Damn, look at that.
Look at that. It's pretty. 8.1. It is absolutely one of the best stouts I have come across in a very, very long time. Stone's out of California. I know we usually do more local to our region, but that stuff is so good. It's my new cocaine.
They were considering building a what they call like a brew garden in not far from Little Somalia where I live. And the weirdest thing is they flaked, and it would have been beautiful.
Ah, yeah.
I would have swam in their tanks and jacked my junk. It's beautiful. It's the most wonderful thing ever. You people don't know what true beauty is. Jacking your junk with beer, it's there. Like, get that faggot out of here! Get out of here!
Damn it, Beavis.
I'm talking about faggot like 90s faggot. I don't mean like a homosexual. I have no problem with homosexuals. I just don't like faggots.
As long as they don't cuddle.
Get out of here!
Smeckler, come on.
Just Jeff. Like get out of here,
Boondock
Jeff.
Saints.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Smeckler.
I'm gonna cuddle. He was like, yeah, I want to cuddle. I was like, cuddle? What a fag. It's like a vowed homosexual. I don't want to cuddle. Get out of here, you fag. I love that. Agent. It's like your mom says. As long as your mom says you can stay over.
Willem Dafoe, Agent Smeckler. To me, that's his best role. Now, the best role he never got cast for, Joker.
Actually, kind of would have been funny.
Yeah.
Instead of Speed 2.
And you know who is supposed to be the original Joker before Jack Nicholson?
No.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
And he legitimately wanted to do it too. He got screwed out of Batman villain roles twice. Once as the Joker, then they talked to him again, and they wanted to bring him back for the Val Kilmer Batman. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be actually the Tim Burton's at the time because the directors hadn't changed at that point. They wanted to bring Robin Williams to be the Riddler. Equally good. Anyway.
No, it's all good. Well, that's it, folks. Well, heck, we're just kind of goofing off right now. almost 30 minutes worth. How do I word this?
Dude, we were concise today.
Yeah, I guess just kind of put yourself under the gun.
Yeah, because we wanted to. For those that don't know, we forgot in our brilliance, we forgot the power cord to the laptop here, so we're trying to get this done before it dies.
Oh Lord, where do I go?
So we could actually do 30 minutes. This is good to know.
Yeah, fuck it. Hey, we got what, 4 minutes and change? Let's just fuck around.
Think about Megan Anderson for about 4 minutes. That's all it would take for me to get. I need a new pair of underwear because that woman is
to the eye.
What we're talking about, folks, is MMA. Let's see, it was Zingano.
Cat Zingano.
And Megan Anderson. There was a fight, and I believe Megan threw a kick.
They fought at the Forum, and I think it's right outside of LA. The Forum.
Uh-huh.
It's where like Guns N' Roses and Iron Maiden used to play. The Forum.
But Megan threw a kick, and Zingano caught what was it? Literally a toe to the eye, something like that. And for those, Megan, she's a tall chick. She's like 6'2", maybe 6'3", something like that. And she's built like a CrossFitter.
She's not a midget.
No, she's this. Yeah. Can we say the general's new wife?
Oh, that's funny.
But we was talking about that, and also.
Sure, she doesn't like bald guys with horseshoe mustaches?
I'm sure, because these scruffier guys with some receding hairlines in the way. And then also Amanda Nunes did like the impossible. I mean, she beat Cyborg in the first round. Decidedly a KO. Not a TKO, a KO.
Not a submission either.
She is now the first female to hold two different belts in two different divisions. So huge hats off to Amanda Nunes for that.
I'm trying to figure out what other news was. I was going to say, along with not... I was just saying, along with not... want to warn you guys, Stone is not a sponsor, and nor we are a sponsor for them.
No, we're just plugging good beer.
It's good. It tastes good when you drink it, and I say it's good.
It's a seasonal beer, and it's only around for a little bit longer. It's like, I think the beer store that's close to our area, they've got a few more, and then that's it for the rest of the year. And I believe they've started getting shipments in about 2 or 3 months ago, so it's really a limited run. And if you ever find it, and if you like dark beers and stouts, you jump on it.
We had to fight off a guy with an RPG at the lower Mogadishu beer store. There's a guy with an RPG, and he's pointing at cars. We're like, no, fuck it, watch out! Had to pay him $5, and he washed our car for us. But they have good beer there. Bad joke. Anyway, I was gonna say like Stone Brewery, Stone Brewery, Stone Beer, the beer that they make at Stone, the brewery company. I was gonna say, well, they're not sponsors. Neither is Honey Burdette, but Honey Burdette has had some really good looking models, and they opened a store, and I saw these women at that store in the video. And I was like, holy shit balls. If you could run into chicks like that at a store, wouldn't you go to store openings more often?
Yes, I would.
I'm like, I gotta find a nice suit. I said, I already have the mustache and glasses. I'd figure,
It's kind of like, I don't go to strip clubs, but if Jennifer White or some other porn star I like is going to be at there, I'm probably going to go there, if nothing else, for an autograph.
Well, like... They had I was like, they were like, oh, well, they give door prizes to women, at the Honey Burdette store in L.A. And I was like, holy crap, what if they open one in Huntsville? I was like, you would not think, or like, guys wouldn't show up. And like, most of the guys I saw in the videos for the L.A. ones are a bunch of fruits. I was like, none of them had horseshoe mustaches.
Jesus.
Dumbasses are all fucked up. You're not even prepared. How do you sleep with that? How do you sleep with your, horseshoe mustache? I said, all the bitches in my bed love my horseshoe mustache. Well, do you have any closing comments there, General Flynn?
Closing comment.
That was it. Closing comment.
Actually, this week I don't. I kind of like the location change. It was just something different. It was cool. We'll see how this works out. We may get done recording and find out it all went to crap, but who knows? It's like we always say. We said at our very first couple of podcasts, we're gonna fuck this up until we get it right. Y'all have a good one.
All right, folks. As always, love one another. Love yourself. Said love humanity. Says we're all. It's not that we're all in this together, but we might be competing, but we're all rolling the bowling ball at the same time at different pins. Said we'll all have different scores, we'll all have different styles. We'll make it there. But many blessings, and we'll see you next week.
Drink beer.
Fuck bitches.